This is Brie Larson. She's playing Carol Danvers, the lead character of the Captain Marvel movie, which is now in theaters. And somehow, she has ticked off a huge segment of male comic book movie fans. This is part 2 of my 3-part miniseries about the Captain Marvel character. And in this part of the miniseries, we're going to go over why is Brie Larson getting so much hate. First up, if you're confused about why Captain Marvel is a woman instead of a man, go back and watch my previous video about the history of the Captain Marvel character. Link in the description. Also, don't forget to click on the bell for notifications. It'll let you know when a new video is posted and alert you. Alright, now let's roll up our sleeves and get into the controversy. The toxic venom that's being hurled at Brie Larson is unlike anything I've seen since the 2016 presidential election. It's vile, disturbing, mean-spirited, and just downright nasty. So, exactly what did she say to have so many men pissed off at her? Well, here's the words that shocked the world. She mentioned that the press covering her had been overwhelmingly white male. And she said, quote, "Moving forward, I decided to make sure my press days were more inclusive." So that statement got all these men pissed off. Seriously, is your ego that fragile? Are you really that much of a baby for that to piss you off? Seriously, you're either not too bright to interpret what she's saying, or you're a dishonest sexist that's looking for a reason to hate her. I think some of the detractors have failed to look at it from this context. This is Marvel's first headliner female solo movie. It's Marvel's 21st film overall, but their first with a woman as the marquee. And the film is coming out in March, which is Women's History Month. And the film is also co-directed by a woman. For a major Hollywood release of this size, you could easily have 100 invitations for the press corps. So do you really believe that it should be 80% male-centric covering this film for such a huge moment for women in popular culture? Of course you should have more media that caters to women. Magazines like Cosmo and Glamour and Vogue don't normally carry stuff about comic book movies. But Marvel's first female lead in a movie? Yeah, they should be covering that. And you're expanding the market for the superhero movie genre. So all of this is just fake outrage. And there have been some insecure men that have been twisting her words to make it sound like she was saying she doesn't want any white men to watch the movie. And that statement is completely ridiculous. As an actress working for Marvel Studios and an Oscar winner, she has a lot of clout to say whatever she wants. Best Actress win for Room in 2016, by the way. So the only person she has to answer to is the president of Marvel Studios, which is Kevin Feige. Has he said anything about this controversy? Nope, because it's fake. Marvel is owned by Disney, so the boss of bosses is Bob Iger. Has he said anything? Once again, nothing. I personally do not believe the majority of men hate Brie Larson in this type of way. But in our days of social media, a small minority that speaks very loud can get a lot of attention. So they're up on a soapbox with a bullhorn, spouting half-truths and misinterpretations. And just how men can paint themselves as a victim to the words of a Hollywood actress. You can't possibly be that insecure and call yourself a man. Come on, dude. 80% of the Fortune 500 CEOs are men. We've had 45 presidents. All 45 have been men. According to USA Today, only 7% of feature films were directed by women. So let's cut the BS. If you're a man, you are not a victim to what women are saying or doing. Let's look at some of the double standards as well. If you're a woman who fights for what she wants, you're called bitchy. But if you're a man doing the same thing, you're called assertive. If you're a woman, you have wrinkles. If you're a man, you have character lines. If you're a woman and lose your cool, you're called hysterical. If you're a man and you lose your cool, you're called passionate. Now allow me to debunk the gripes of all these Brie Larson haters. I'll be using the Hollywood actor Chris Pratt to show examples of double standards in society. Great guy, got nothing against him, it's just for demonstration purposes. Brie Larson haters, gripe number 1. Brie Larson is a man hater. I know that because she broke up with her boyfriend Alex Greenwald. Seriously, who cares? If an artist does not put their personal life in their art, I really don't care who they're dating or who they're seeing. It's their personal business. All I care about is their art. But if you want to go that route, let's look at Chris Pratt. Prior to Guardians fame, he was just another C-list actor. And he was married to another C-list actress, Anna Faris. And in 2018, he divorced her and started dating Katherine Schwarzenegger, the daughter of Arnold. Now that he's an A-list actor, he's in an A-list family. Look at the upgrade he did without any backlash from other men. If Brie Larson would have done something like this, they would have crucified her for it. Brie Larson haters gripe number 2. She's not the real Captain Marvel. In my previous video, I went over who is the real Captain Marvel. Go back and watch that video for more context on the subject. But in short, Brie Larson is playing Carol Danvers, who was upgraded to Captain Marvel in 2012 with the blessing of Captain America. Thank you very much. So you can live in the past if you want to, but yeah, she's Captain Marvel. And this is happening right now. Brie Larson haters gripe number 3. The Captain Marvel character is too powerful. Please remember, the MCU is not the same universe as the comics, so they can do whatever they want. For example, Star-Lord is the son of Jason in the comics, but in the movies, he's the son of Ego, a Celestial, which allowed him to hold an Infinity Stone in his hands without disintegrating. And in Guardians 2, we got hints of him harnessing some type of cosmic power. So he just doesn't know how to control it yet, but he's way more powerful than he is in the comics. So why would you say that about Captain Marvel? But if you want to go there by comic standards, we can do that too. She possesses superhuman stamina, durability, agility, space flight, regeneration manipulation, containment immunity, decelerated conventional immortality, healing, energy manipulation, energy absorption, photonic blast, molecular manipulation, matter transmutation. I could go on and on and on. This is directly from the Marvel Wiki. Yep, that's pretty powerful. Brie Larson haters gripe number 4. This character was never popular enough to make a movie about. It is true that the character was never a big seller in the comics. She's always been a C-list hero. But once again, let's look at Star-Lord. Him and the Guardians of the Galaxy were D-list heroes that nobody had heard of before the movie came out. But under the leadership of Kevin Feige, Marvel always gets right what's cinematic. And Captain Marvel will be no exception. Brie Larson haters gripe number 5. She's too outspoken about all the causes she believes in. All I want to do is see her in the movie. I don't want to hear all this stuff about politics. That's a fair position if you are consistent in it. But other Hollywood actors that are male, such as Matt Damon, George Clooney, and Sean Penn, are very outspoken about their beliefs. Brie is outspoken about the feminist cause. So unless you have backlash against some of the other actors I mentioned, don't do it against just her. Brie Larson haters gripe number 6. She's got a flat butt. So we're reducing this to body shaming now, right? Stay classy, guys. Do female moviegoers go on the internet and complain about Tom Cruise being too short at 5'7"? Get real. Brie Larson haters gripe number 7. She's not that good of an actress. Once again, she won the Oscar for Best Actress in Room in 2016. Bad actresses don't win this award. Next subject. Brie Larson haters gripe number 8. She doesn't smile in the movie, man. She just looks so unpleasant, always frowning. Well, here's some posters of some other superhero movies with male lead characters. Do you see anyone smiling in them? As you can see, these double standards are ridiculous, and the hate that's being aimed at Brie Larson is completely unfounded. There are people online that refer to her as a feminazi C-word. All of this for saying that she wanted more inclusion during the press corps. This whole episode has been baffling to me. The stereotype is that women are too emotional, but in this case, it's been some of the men that have PMS, which stands for problematic male sensitivity. So you can get on the internet and complain all you want. You can hope that the movie fails. You can write bad fake reviews on Rotten Tomatoes for a movie you never saw. And all type of immature antics that are basically steeped in your insecurity and some sexism. In the eyes of some men, it's still like the 1950s. They want women to be pretty and shut up. Look at some of these ads from the mid-20th century that showed the dynamics of how women were viewed in overall society. These are not Photoshop. These really were published. So what's going to happen now? Well, first of all, you're going to have more women and young girls showing up for comic book movies than ever have before. As for the haters who are bashing this movie or claiming they're going to stay home, they're not going to do that. They're going to show up and hate watch it because of FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. For example, the post-credit sequences, and how does this tie into Endgame? So you can put on a hat and sunglasses and go incognito to this movie that you said you weren't going to see and see anyway. And hey, those tickets count too. This movie is going to play in Korea, Japan, and the big one, China. So my prediction is that this movie will go on to make $935 million worldwide. Me and my wife will be there on opening weekend as well. I expect all this controversy to subside. And for all you with bruised egos, man, just get over it and grow up. If you want to hurl hate at me next too, that's fine with me. Go ahead. But I will always tell the truth about how I think about something, even if it's not popular. And I applaud Brie Larson for standing up for what she thinks is right. The success of Wonder Woman, which made $821 million at the box office, and the certain success of Captain Marvel will kill off the myth that female-led comic book movies don't sell. The ones they made before Wonder Woman didn't fail because they were female-led. They failed because they were just bad. When the comic book film R.I.P.D. failed, no one said, oh, it failed because it had men as the lead. So it's time for the double standards to end. Don't listen to the haters and the trolls and the sexists. Go see the movie yourself and make your own judgment on the quality of the film on its merit. See you at the movies. You know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share these videos on social media so others learn about the channel. And don't forget, I do sell comics at my eBay page listed here. One Stop Thrift and Comic Power are ran by the same guy. That would be me, Comic Killer 72. I am 100% feedback, by the way. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers and viewers who support Comic Power. Until next time, this is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye.